Inactivity serves no purpose.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so—
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not I see you've brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean.
Did you?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all—
I seem to recall there being a
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine, and, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that in the future—
Tartuffe, of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time.
you talking about back there? Paimon...
You really want...
Winnie... Paimon really hopes everything... Oh! Paimon recognizes that look! You've got your thinking cap on...
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on well...
Oh, you don't have to give us anything!
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on it's my fault.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend.
Hold on.
Of course
I'll take 3 papers.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right?
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson.
Actually, why don't we... Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to...
It appears you... That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite...
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things. The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the help.
Okay.
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Love it when the weather's like this. Just how about we explore the area ahead of us later? What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, it was before—
You were the one that killed Clearvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth. Clairvy was...
Purgatory?
Exactly. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can... They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions.
So those were the experiments you said that
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. Clairvy did, of course. There was one exception. Someone
Wait!
Friend. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina. Despite there may have been, even with her.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after It was during this time that Peruere suggested Clairvy never gave if she couldn't escape and fight. Precisely. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring from that moment, it was the very result she had predicted 10 years. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation.
Crucibini?
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail the moment she acted. Any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Peruere.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along.
I left that name after I and that is where the story ends.
Yeah.
I suppose you could call her... You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike, of course, the chances of... Clairvy died when memory.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should...
So if all...
Indeed, but other times, shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. And your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple, but no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gun, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger. Well, it appears I do believe I've...
Here they are, Father.
Ah, you gonna execute Lenny?
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time. But I still failed. I couldn't find...
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh, stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settled.
Father, let me
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with you by traitor.
Father, let me explain. We didn't...
Fultz.
Yes, Father. Secret midnight meeting, Nantoy clearly. Sato at Filial was the worst of them all.
I did not. You're lying.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of a single betrayal can cause. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Faults. I'm sorry, Father. We...
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors...
All those who betray the house.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say?
Please reconsider, Father. We all come from broken families. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should... I'm not saying I have... So please, Father...
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Linny, you... I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered, traitor. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat. Father in a duel?
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Linny. Did you hear that, Traveler? Linny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that? If they lose those people...
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive.